Caro-Kann or French. French or Caro-Kann or something else. Let's see the basic of Blackmar-Diemer. Of course, Black gets very happy and takes the pawn. And what happened then? He has a pawn more and he has a double pawn. A double pawn in the pawn endings are not so good, but it's still a pawn more. But to use that Black has lost a tempo to take the pawn here, you develop, this is one developed tempo, and at the same time you attack the pawn, and if you get the grip on the pawn, you will have equal, and you have a horse in the center.
Knight.
You have small initiative. So Black will probably protect that, and then it's very natural that it takes the knight out to f6, isn't it?
Yeah.
To protect it and to develop basic. But now comes the idea of Blackmar-Diemer. You play f3, and that's the soul of Blackmar-Diemer, to do that. And it's too complicated to give all the variations, but I can give the basic variation. If Black takes on f3, you get another pawn, and you are a pawn up. But you lost another tempo just to take material. And White takes the pawn, mostly with the horse. We won't go to the queen takes because it's another variation. But the horse, it's natural. And White has won 1.5 developing tempi and open for the bishops already. And Black has only developed one horse and one line open. The rest is at home, as we used to say. If you see the oversight of it, you can say that White has an open F line. That means if he castle short, for instance, his rook will already be on a half open F line and attack F7. The bishop will naturally go over here if he plays E6, or D3 if he plays G6, because it has to do with the pawn structure, and I hope that Thomas had talked about the pawn structure. So the white bishop will choose the diagonal depending on which pawn structure Black chose. But if we take the ordinary, the most natural, Black thinks he will play Euwe Defence. It's one of 7-8 variations. I just give you one example. Then I give you a short variation to show how dangerous this is. White plays bishop e5, and the diagonal is that he bounds the horse, can't move because the queen is behind, right? Now I will show you a trap. If, for instance, Black want to get rid of the bishop to take h6, it looks very natural, doesn't it? Then you can sacrifice a piece and win an attack. This is a trap with bishop e5. I just show you a trap. You attack the king and you have to do something. It doesn't matter if you play bishop d7 or c6, but c6 is normal, right? Isn't it? It attacks over there. But I think you take, no, sorry, we do like this first. You take there first, sorry, we take there first, right? I changed, you take there first. The queen takes, because you don't want to destroy your king side, like this. And then you make chess. I made it different. c6, this is better. Now you take the bishop, but you don't give a heck of it, you just castle. And when Black takes the bishop, then he has one pawn and one bishop more. He should win, shouldn't he? No, he should not. Because you played the knight out to e5, and whatever black plays, if he plays queen e7 or so, you can also play this take over there, because you're threatening to take over there, and if he takes there, you go and take with the rock and attacks with the queen. Everything is out. It doesn't matter that you are one piece down or two, because all your resting pieces are already attacking the king, and the other pieces of black is at home. They are not worth anything because they are not working in the position. So you will win this position in an attack for white. It doesn't matter that you are a pawn down or a piece down, because your pieces are already working. His pieces are sleeping. This is one example of Blackmar-Diemer. There are many others, but it takes several months to show you all that stuff.